8 signs it's time to walk away from a home. It happens, buyer is buying a home, yet something simply doesn't feel right. Is it accurate to say that he is simply experiencing some kind of hysteria? All things considered, this is likely the greatest buy of his life, or is that waiting stress disclosing to him those yellow banners ought to be a major issue? Here are 8 signs that a person would likely be shrewd to leave a house. 1. The examination turns up something significantly off base. Without a doubt, a person may flinch at a portion of the present proprietor's backdrop decisions. Be that as it may, restorative issues are generally simple to settle, contrasted and, say, a vintage electrical framework that is once starts far from a fire. Absolutely never overlook something major on the assessment report, for example, dropping floors split in the divider, or rooftop or waste issues. Any kind of basic issue can rapidly transform his fantasy home into a budgetary place of repulsions. 2. A person sensed that the developer cut corners. We as a whole need a house that has great bones, as in, one that will last. That is the reason astute home buyers should give careful consideration to little indications that the manufacturer or remodeled may have gone the low-quality course. In the event that he hasn't as of now, utilize the last stroll through to investigate each niche and corner. One of the signs Fowler searches for is crisp paint overspray within or outside of window trim and light apparatuses. This overspray may conceal irregularities in the complete wood that doesn't look like wood, for instance. In any case, more vitally, it frequently demonstrates that the contractual worker ran with the least quality painter, so it's presumably they cut corners somewhere else in places that are not all that self-evident. 3. A person title organization reveals an issue. Title question can take years and a great many dollars in legitimate costs to determine. Normal title issues run from missing beneficiaries who turn up and assert the house, to an illicit deed someplace along the chain. Luckily, title protection is required in many exchanges to shield him from this sort of thing. Yet, it's an immense warning if a title organization won't give title protection to his property. 4. The house is excessively bizarre. A person adores an open floor design. However, perhaps the past proprietor went a bit too far when he thumped out the greater part of the dividers upstairs to transform 4 rooms into a monstrous 1-room space. Abnormal, but then it seems like it could be cool and grand. He know, whether he never have children. Or on the other hand visitors. Just purchase a vigorously redid or one-of-a-kind home on the off chance that he intend to live there for quite a while, and the customization is something he effectively like. In any case, consider the possibility that he do love it. Maybe that manor that resembles it straight out of Round of Thrones is his thing. Or on the other hand, perhaps he cherished that the lounge room has been changed over into a Saturday Night Fever period disco. In any case, simply recollect that irregular properties can be hard to offer. Continue with alert, since finding the following flawless buyer may not be speedy and simple. 5. A person presume his home may be naturally debased. Much the same as we realize that an unfaltering eating regimen of cigarettes, chicken nuggets, and Red Bull is unfortunate, we likewise know significantly more nowadays about what building materials can cause medical problems. Homes developed from the mid-1940s to the 1970s may contain asbestos or toxic paint, both of which are in charge of a wide range of genuine medical issues. Other natural issues could incorporate a flawed septic framework which can debase drinking water, or shape issues coming from building materials, for example, stucco or siding. Some of these issues will be hard and exorbitant to manage. It's smarter to leave, and spare his rational soundness and his cash. 6. The neighbors are the most noticeably bad, so perhaps he is not moving in beside a genuine clubhouse, yet that doesn't mean his neighbors don't party like demigods. Or then again have open-air mutts that are continually yapping. Or then again enjoy peculiar side interests. those awful neighbors couldn't just make his life hopeless. They could likewise influence resale esteem if and when he chooses to move. Suss out potential issues with neighbors by going to the house at various days and times. That way he will know whether he will require earplugs to manage an adjacent band home on Tuesday evenings. 7. He is not in adoration with the area. It's anything but difficult to begin to look all starry-eyed at a home and reject the worries he have with its area. Perhaps the house is almost a sewage plant or waste dump. Possibly it's excessively near an interstate or airplane terminal. Or on the other hand, perhaps the area feels only excessively dirty. Or then again perhaps the area is extraordinary now, yet is in the way of future expressways, neighborhood extensions, or another shopping center. What resembles a bit of heaven may be slated to wind up plainly as solid wilderness. Make a point to examine the zoning gets ready for his neighborhood, and dependably believe his gut if something feels off. He can repair a home, yet he can't change the area. 8. He can't manage the cost of it. There's been that annoying imagine that the house feels like a budgetary extend, yet he has persuaded himself he can make the home loan installments. Regardless of whether it implies skipping Tuesday night takeout or that end of the week escape in Vegas. Yet, at that point, he understands that he is one transmission issue or dishwasher breakdown far from being level down and out. Obviously, the best time to do this money-related soul-examining is while he is house-chasing, however, and, after it's all said and done he won't not have an unmistakable picture of precisely what the monetary picture involves. Perhaps he is accepting a most ideal situation that there will be no monetary hiccups, or his money lender didn't satisfactorily impart the correct shutting costs or the regularly scheduled installment. It can be difficult to leave, particularly in the event that he have sold his old house, he have just started pressing, and he know his need to kiss his sincere cash farewell. Be that as it may, the cost of buying a house he shouldn't is far higher than the cost of deserting it in case he is stressed over the installment, referring to most pessimistic scenario situations, for example, abandonment, liquidation, and demolished credit. What's more, never purchase a property on the presumption that he can sell it on the off chance that it isn't working for him. There won't not be enthusiastic buyers or a favorable market. In the case of something's wrong, either make sense of how he can influence it to right or leave. For free samples of probates, inherited, foreclosures, absentees, landlord, vacant, code violations, evictions list, visit www.realsupermarket.com.